If you told me 5 years ago I would be helping authors bring their books to life, I wouldn't have believed you. I've loved books ever since I could remember. I was 5 when I started writing my own stories, and I was declaring to everyone that I was going to be an author one day. But obviously, it wasn't that simple. When I said I was going to study literature instead of pharmacy, the thing I've been preparing for years, my parents weren't thrilled. And even my teachers told me that I was throwing my potential away. But that didn't really stop me. I doubled down, I worked hard, I studied hard, I passed the Cambridge Advanced and Cambridge Proficiency exams. Honestly, I did everything I could think of. And still, my dream university rejected me. And apparently, not because I wasn't good enough, but because I came from a developing country. And that was when I first started thinking and doubting that my background was something that was going to stop me from what I wanted to achieve. Still, I fought my way into another university, and I moved to Scotland when I was 19 to do an MA in English Literature and Creative Writing, which was honestly an amazing degree and some of the best time I've had. And even then, I had a professor who told me that it was very irresponsible to even think that as a foreigner I would ever be good enough to edit native speakers. But again, a pattern. I worked very hard, I studied very hard, and I proved them wrong because I passed with a first-class honors degree. I also started freelancing while I was at uni. It was in between 2 online lectures during the COVID times. And it was around 2 years of 15, 16 hours days where I juggled studies, my freelancing that I was trying to develop, and the so-called survival jobs, which were, the odd things you would do on the side as well. And then when it came to publishing jobs, it was rejection after rejection after rejection after rejection. I honestly cannot count the times I've applied to some publishing house, either in Scotland mostly, or some online ones. And then obviously I was hearing either nothing, or a rejection. And this is again, I started to doubt, was it my surname that was giving it away, that, I was a foreigner? And was it something that people were deciding that I wasn't worth it even before they met me? Then came my placement at Penguin Random House, which was my dream, which is, I know, a dream for a lot of people who want to work in the industry in one way or another. That allowed me to see the industry from the inside, allowed me to learn a lot of things, but also show me how gatekept it really is for so many writers. And I just thought it just shouldn't be this way. It didn't feel right. I was angry. I was like, this is not the way it's supposed to be. And that's why I built my editing and book coaching business, for every single writer who's been made to feel like they're not enough, for every author who's ever doubted themselves and thought that they wouldn't be given a fair chance, and for every non-native speaker who thinks the industry is never going to let me in. Because the truth is, you are enough, your story matters, you matter, and you deserve a fair chance. So, why am I back on YouTube? Because I want to share everything I've learned along the way. I want to share the wins, the mistakes, the lessons, the hardships, just everything I wish I knew as a writer, as an editor, and as a book coach, and everything I continue to learn on the daily. I will be very honest, I've missed creating content on this channel so much. I can't even express enough how giddy I've been the whole day just thinking about sitting down and filming for the first time in, 3 years, as you can probably tell. So I am so happy to be back. I am excited for this new beginning of the channel that I have in mind. Now this channel is going to be a mix of editing insights, writing advice, the occasional challenges and experiments I do, publishing insights, honestly just everything I do on my creative journey as well. And yes, you have the occasional reading vlog as well, because I am still a book nerd at heart, as you can tell. So if you're a writer who wants to grow their craft, or an editor who wants to sharpen their skills, or honestly, just someone who loves stories, I promise you, you'll find a home here. So if this sounds like your thing, well, hit subscribe, say hi in the comments, and let's turn this space into a place where stories and storytellers can truly thrive. So yeah, thank you for your attention, and I hope you have a smiley week. Bye!